Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Eurico, I'm the CEO of Elite, and I'm going to introduce a little bit about chatbots. I'm going to introduce a little bit about chatbots. And I'm going to split my talk into two parts. We're going to see first what are chatbots and then why are they useful, and what kind of resource we can use to actually build them. And then I'll take a break, some other people are going to present, and I'll come back later to explain about our use case, about our service, and how we use the chatbot to actually monitor our infrastructure. So what are chatbots? Right off the bat with the name, we've got a chat that can chat with a bot, or maybe a bot that can chat. And if we look at the first one, if we look at the chat that has a bot, a long time ago, when you joined the chat, there's always something like, hi Eurico, or like this automated response that is present, this bot that is answering to us. We can issue commands, and we can kick people, we can add people. And nowadays in Slack, we've got exactly the same thing. Slack bot, where we can issue some commands, or we can program some simple answers. But there's also another side where we can have a computer program that holds conversation. So for example, we've got Siri, Google, or Alexa, Amazon Echo. You can even put all of them talking together, right? There's some videos on the internet where they're talking to each other. And we've got also like the PlayStation or the Xbox, where you can issue voice commands. You can turn on the PlayStation, or you can start to play a game. So the conversation may not be very advanced, but it's still a conversation. We ask a question, we get an answer. Then we've got some chatbots that are way more advanced. So this one won the Ligner Prize last year, and the Ligner Prize is about, it's rewarding chatbots that are the closest to holding a conversation as if it was a human. And it's based on AI/ML, that XML over there, where you can define what the bot is going to answer for any given pattern that is matched. So, for example, let's say that you are asking to the bot, what are you? Then the answer will be something like, I'm the latest result in artificial intelligence. And it will know that you're actually talking about it. It will know that the topic, the context switch to the bot. And we've got another example of a conversation that could go very deep. Facade is a game that has about 10 years now. And not the only input, but the biggest input that you got in this game is text. You could chat with the characters, and you're in a setting that actually it's you've got two friends, long-time friends, and you don't see them for a very long time, and they invite you for a dinner. And so you knock on the door, and you enter, and suddenly you can start to chat, interact with them. And the whole experience is built through the conversation. They redirect the conversation, they build the conversation into a dramatic arc. They kind of lead you to go through certain phases, but it's entirely up to you how the whole conversation unfolds. And you can start to flirt with the lady, or you can start to insult the guy, and they will adapt to that, they will react very well to that. And then nowadays we get a lot more of this kind of bots. So personal assistants, where you can maybe order some shoes, or start and say you want to buy some shoes, and they will provide you a list of all shoes, and you can see the size, and you can tell the color, and they will show a picture maybe, and you can order it right there. Or you can order food. There's quite a lot of examples with that. There's surveys, right? There's guides. There's a lot of chatbots that end up in this. And why is that useful? From my point of view, the usefulness of having a chatbot here is really simplifying the experience. So the user, when he comes and interacts with the system, he doesn't need to learn about the menu, doesn't need to learn where to click, doesn't need to learn what to do. He just comes and interacts with the system as if he was talking to another person. We get this natural interaction directly with the machine. And then it's up to the machine to actually understand what to do to satisfy what we said, rather than us having to understand the machine and understand the underlying program to use it. So it's really just a conversation. So, what kind of technology do we have right now to build these conversations? Let's split it into three phases: the input, processing, and the output, which is a very easy way to look at the program processing. On the input side, we've got chat APIs, Facebook, Line, but also the work-related chats like Slack, Chat, or Chatworks. They all got some kind of API, right? And pretty much all of them do the same stuff. You can know someone talk to you. You can know who is online, who's not online. You can know what kind of chats, what kind of channels are available. You can get all the information that you as a user would get usually. Then we've got, in those last few years, a huge boom in IoT. You can get so much information from what's going around. You can know what's the temperature here, how many lights are lit up. We can even know who is seated where. We can have great accuracy actually with beacons, knowing how close or how far away you are from a certain object, where you are in the interior room. We can use smartphones, all the technology in the smartphones, like the camera, the microphone, the GPS, the touchscreen. There's so much technology in there that we can use as an input for the chat, for the bot, to know what's going on, to get context, to get information about you or about the user, to be able to answer properly. Then once we get that information, we've got to do something with it. We've got to structure our conversation. We've got to understand, but also structure the conversation. Of course, we can start with simple if-else regular expressions. That's very straightforward, it works, and we can start to build bots like that very easily. It gets bloated quite quickly if you put too much of that, but it's a good start. We can move on with state machines, we can move on with Eurico state machines, we can move on with video referees or role-based systems. There's many ways to architecture the flow of the behavior. And then we can decide, are we going to add memory or not? That's actually a very big decision, because without memory, then the conversation may not be very meaningful. But the moment we add memory to a system, then it's really much harder to do it. And then we also need to decide what to do with that memory. So for example, you're going to order a pizza. You say, I want a pizza. And then 5 minutes later, you say, I want a pizza again. Then maybe that's kind of an error, right? But if you say, I want a pizza tomorrow, then that shouldn't be interpreted the same way, exactly the same way. Even though from an input perspective, apart from the time, it's very similar. Then we got also a lot of AI. In the last few years, we've got so many different APIs, like Quick AI, API AI, Converse AI, so many different non-AI AI. All of them are structured in a similar way. They provide SDKs, bindings to most popular languages, and they don't really require you to know about AI. They don't really require you to know about NLP. They don't require you to know what's going on behind. It's actually very easy for any people to go there and start to tag parts of the speech, get some intent behind the message, get some value behind the message. And using those external services can help a lot in reducing our own code, the if-else or the regular expressions, and simplify that a lot. Then finally, we've got the input, we've got the processing, we know how to structure the conversation, we decide if we want to remember certain facts about the user or not. We've got to do something with that. We can use the chat APIs again, pass the message, take an action on the user. We can use the speakers on the phone and use some text-to-speech to say something to the user, play music, play a video. We can use the smartphone push notification to send some information. You can control the things in the room as well through so many different REST APIs as well. Turn on the light or turn off the light. Eurico to build such a complete custom environment as well. So I would like to finish the introduction just by saying that I presented the technology, but for me, it's not really the most important. When we're going to use a chatbot, I think the most important phase is deciding what we want the chatbot to do. So what's the experience like? That's actually very hard to define. What do we want the bot to answer? What kind of input do we want him to react to? What kind of actions do we want him to take? How are we going to define that experience? And then once we've got that design in mind, then we can choose a technology and implement it. So today we're going actually to go through a couple of use cases where we're going to switch back and forth between the input, the processing, the output, and show some bots that are doing hopefully something useful. So the next presentation is going to be from Christoph. He's going to present multimodal agents, and he's going to tackle a little bit of the input, the processing, and the output. Then we're going to have Kanda. He's going to be more on the first part. He's going to present a chatbot that actually deployed our own blog. We're doing that a bit manually. He's going to explain that better. And then Bob that is going to focus a bit more on the technical part, the infrastructure part. And I'll finish by presenting our how we kind of made sense of all the information that we have of our own infrastructure with the chatbot. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much.